Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, this is the time of the week when I do Jeff Bishop's Bullseye trades. So basically, I'm a member of Jeff Bishop's Bullseye Trades, which is a service that alerts a one options trade a week. Every Monday morning, you get an email with things like the price target, the stop loss, the entry price, the rough thesis behind the trade, delivered straight to your email address, which is great. And it's only $97 a year, which is even better, right? So if you want to check that out, I'll put a link in the description to come to this article right here. This is where I've put all the information about the service and also where you can get the best possible price. That $97 for the year is also linked in this article. One of the coolest things about this article is that I've kept a list of all the trades, all the contracts exactly as they came out, every date for the last 2 years, and you can see them all here. So it's kind of a unofficial track record history of the Bullseye trades. And I've tried to mark them up and give a little bit of information. In the early days I was even doing videos like this one, and putting week 10, week 11, it just kept getting more and more and more, so I stopped doing it like that, and now I just present them every Friday evening or Saturday morning once the trade is finished for the week. So this week's trade, let's get started and talk about what Jeff alerted this week, how it went, and if anybody managed to take the trade. Here it is right here. It was FDX or FedEx puts, and that was on November 6th. So it's November 10th at the moment, the Friday. Market's closed. The trade is officially done. So he starts these emails every morning, not every morning, every Monday morning when they come out, because they're only once a week. You have to pay more if you want his unlimited service. But this one last week was ZS calls, and I did a video on that, so I won't dwell on that too much, but he often does a sort of recap of that trade. So he said there are several stocks that fit the criteria for me, but one stands out that I'd like to bet against right now: FedEx puts. Selling options should always be the foundation of trading. He has a really good service called Alpha Hunter, which I talk about on this channel sometimes. I'll leave a link to go and check out the track record of that, and also a link to join that if you want. It's highly recommend it if you're an active sell-side trader. He does some good trades there. He's making maybe like $20,000 last month just selling these options, which is pretty impressive. So it's pretty exciting stuff. Anyway, just scrolling down here. So he says, as I said, I don't expect an easy drop for stocks this week, but I do think that weak stocks like FedEx will see selling pressure on any rallies. If I'm wrong about this trade, it continues higher. So he gives you, this is what people always ask me, they say, does he give you an entry, an exit? And he does. So right at the bottom here, you can see this was the trade plan highlighted in yellow. And so one thing that everybody needs to remember is it's a close above, not below. So, sorry, not below, it's a close, right? So if it dips to, or goes up to, depending on whether it's a call or put, his target stop, unless it closes that day, above or below the stop, that's what dictates whether he stops out or not. So since this is a short trade where he's betting it will go down, it has to actually close above 251 on FedEx to actually be, a stopped out trade. And even though, I'll see people getting stopped out on these, they're like, oh, but it got stopped out, it's not fair, it stopped out, and then it rallied 20 points, and he's claiming it's a win. Well, it's because it's got to be a close above or below the stop. It's a swing trade, so he's going on candles closing on the daily charts. So yeah. So this one was crazy. I didn't get in it. I don't know anybody that did. We can look down at the comments and see if anybody got in. Jeff says, it really doesn't look good for me long or short right now. We had a good dump. Just getting on. FDX dropped faster than I anticipated this morning, so I wasn't able to get into the trade. It is bad. It's very frustrating because if you look at the chart here, this first candle on the left here where my cursor is, this is a 15-minute chart on FDX. This first candle just plummeted on the Monday morning, which made the options go from $3 to $4 within the first 5 to 10 minutes, which is crazy. And so if you look at his actual entry suggestion, it was around $3. So most people are aiming to not chase and get in at 3 or less. And of course it immediately dropped, causing the November puts, which is these ones. So he went with the 17th of November 245 puts. So as usual, a couple of weeks out. So you can see it plummeted, and then this is Friday, the end of Friday, so this is market closing Friday here. You can see the dates here, this is 9th, 10th. So you can see that we really plummeted, kind of chopped and chopped and chopped. Now, maybe somebody got lucky and decided to take a shot when it popped back up to here, and then they would have got this nice drop into Thursday. And that would have been fantastic, you'd have doubled your money. But apart from that, it was very difficult to do this without chasing. And given how crazy the market is, you just never know what could happen, right? By the way, the sell signal here is using something called Algo Pro, and I'll leave a link to it in the description below. It's one of the best indicators I've ever found, especially for trading SPY, but it's good for most different asset classes, from crypto to futures to Forex and all the stocks. And you can see it did know that this was going to be a sell signal, and it would have been a sell signal all the way down to here, and then we flipped to a buy, and you can see that it's now working well on a buy signal as well, with an entry here, stop loss here, take profit here. So if you want to check that out, it's really good. It's on super duper discount at the moment. It's like, instead of like $1,000, it's like 179 or something. So that price might change by the time you watch this. It's been slowly creeping up, so you might want to jump on that if you get a chance. You'll find tons of videos on it on the channel. I've been pretty obsessed with it over the last few weeks since I got it, and I've made significant money with it. Lots of people in the Discords and some of the guys I know have been making significant money with it as well, so I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. This algo's one of the best ones I've ever found, if not the best value for sure. And it's very easy to use. I just use the most basic version of it, version 1.2, and it's really good. So definitely check that out. Check out the Bullseye full trade review. I'll have Alpha Hunter, I'll have that stuff in the description below as well, so you can check out those links if you're interested in that service, or looking even just looking at his results, which is good. Yeah, and that was FedEx. So basically the contracts went from 3 to 6. It's just this little area here. It looks quite small compared to the huge drop over the last while, like last month. But it was just this little move here. But that little move there is a 100% move. So unfortunately, it all happened. Well, half of it happened here. And then it was too, like, risky to then get in at that point. And then another half happened there. The drop. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.